So you got this one sister that's kind of bringing up something. I really want to kind of go in on this conversation is because you have some guys and there's a narrative online that says that just because basically you got money, you should have access to the top women. You should be, put on this pedestal as a man. And reality speaking is a little bit more to it than that, even with y'all dealing with certain women. But let's go ahead and roll this.
But it's like these guys make it so easy because they be cornying their way out of like these guys really have nothing else to offer but money. Like I've dated so many men with money. I've gotten so many things and still didn't want to give them anything because all they have is things. Like I am an intellectual person. I like deep conversation. Like I want us to be able to talk about everything. What books are you reading? Let's talk about politics. Let's talk about money. Let's talk about religion. Let's talk about family. Let's talk about things that matter, substance. And they don't be having nothing to talk about. Like, have you ever met whose personality is being a nigga with money? Like these guys have nothing else to offer. So like when they're complaining about us only wanting money, what else do you have to offer?
It's more to being a man than making money. Listen, I understand as men, one of the pillars of men is to be a provider. Yes, that's what we supposed to do as men. That is the natural order of things. When we as men are not providing or making any kind of money at all, if you are just a straight-laced man, that would bother you. You couldn't lay up all day in your mama house, in your girl house, whatever house you're laying up in, not making no money, playing the PS5 all day. It takes a man who's really not a man, that's a male, to be cool with not having money. So yes, we should provide. We should have money. We should make the money that we can make millions, billions, trillions if we can, right? Let's say if you are successful at making that money, you making 6 figures, 7 figures a year, 8 figures, whatever you're making a year. Just because you got money isn't the end all be all in life. And just because you got money doesn't mean you're going to get whatever woman you want, or you may not even be able to keep her. Because what happens with money is it could change your personality and you think, man, I got money. I ain't got to deal with this. I ain't got to listen to this. I don't have to do it because I got money now. But let me tell you about money. Money could come and money can go. Or you got money, but then you have a health issue and your money can't even take you out of it. There's people that had money during the pandemic and lost their life. And they had money and they had a lot of money and they still couldn't get out of that. There's people right now dealing with issues who got money, or you got all this money as a man, but you're alone. Let me tell you something. You getting this female, that female, all these different females out here, but at the end of the day, they only around you because you got money. Eventually, you're going to get tired of that and say, wait a minute, hold on. Now, because you didn't develop yourself as a man in your personality, listen what she said. Because see, a lot of times what some of you do online, I'm trying to teach you something. I'm trying to teach you something your daddy didn't teach you. Listen sometime with somebody talking to you and just pay attention and say, okay, is that related to me? How can I develop that? Now, she gave you a few things to develop your personality a little bit. She says, not only the money, great, you got money, but can you have a conversation outside of you made some money? Listen, yes, women like us that make money as men. Yes, they like the fruits of that. But it's more to a woman than just talking about money. Okay, you had the money conversation. Now, she mentioned religion. Can you have a conversation about religion? Not to say you're even a part of any religion. Do you know anything about Christianity? Know anything about Islam? At least them two you need to learn a little bit about, right? That's the two major religions in the world. Judaism, you can learn that too. That's still derivative, going into the Christianity thing, but at least knowing something about it, right? Do you know anything about politics? Do you know? Do you know who the current president is? Do you know the 3 branches of government? Do you know that? Do you know about your local politics? You know how that works. If you got so-called money, you should know. Do you know how it works with the IRS and taxes? Do you know that? You say you got money. Do you know how business works? She said family. Can you have a conversation about family? Do you know how to take the lead in a family? Can you show her that, okay, when I have a family, I'll do this. This is my thought process. having a conversation outside of money or making money. It's more to life than that. And you sometimes, some of you get mad and say, well, Pookie and Ray Ray don't make the kind of money I make. I don't commit crimes. I don't do anything. Why they want to be with Pookie and Ray Ray? Well, a lot of times, I've got to be 100. You're right. You do make more money than Pookie and Ray Ray. You're right. You don't commit crimes. You're right. All that. But Pookie and Ray Ray, if you talk to them enough, Pookie and Ray Ray got stories for days. Pookie and Ray Ray is not just talking about what he's doing on the street. Sometimes, a decent Pookie and Ray Ray may want to have that conversation, really, because he knows the less I talk, the less she know, the less anybody else gonna get her involved with anything, the police or whatever. So I'm gonna keep her out of my business. That's what a good Pookie and Ray Ray would do, right? But he got stories for days. You know what I'm saying? Or some of you dudes with money, you don't come across as a protector. Pookie and Ray Ray comes across as a protector, right? He has some money, not a lot, but he may come across as a provider. Now, because you have money, you thinking that's all it's going to take. But no, if you got money, but yeah, you look like you won't bust a grape. You don't work out. You don't. I'm the sort of things I think you could do. I'm not gonna go too further into it because I'm on YouTube. But there's certain things you need to know how to do, right, to defend yourself, and certain things you need to practice by a certain amendment. So it's just a lot of things that you need to bring to the table outside of just money, sir. Because women got to be comfortable with you as a individual. Now, I know some people who are immature will say, oh, that's just simp talk and this, that, and the third. Well, at this stage in the game, I'm even kind of tired of the simp conversation, because what I'm noticing, a person's a simp if they don't agree with stupidity. Because you got to understand, I've lived different stages in life already. You know, I'm a husband, I'm a father, I've got grown daughters, and I got a child as a daughter, right? I got a grown son. Hell, I'm a grandfather too, right? So I've seen different stages, and I'm telling you, reality to life is what I'm telling you. And with anything I'm telling you, I would tell my own son. It's more to it than just making some money, son. It's more to it than that. You got to invest your time into a relationship. There's a lot of things you got to do. Or you could just dismiss what I'm saying. You can dismiss it. And then, you know, when you by yourself, because, you know, a lot of times y'all tell these women, oh, y'all going to die alone and you going to get a cat. Well, you know what, man? Let's call it what it is. A lot of these dudes are dying alone, too. Some of y'all not taking care of your health. Some of y'all, you know, listen, that's been covered here. That these women that's working as nurses inside some of these nursing homes, some of these men are there because you're not taking care of your health. You know how we got to watch our as black people, for sure, as black men, we got to watch the food in this country because, you know, we are susceptible to high blood pressure due to all the salt and all the crap they put in the food. We have to stay exercising for that reason, right? To make sure we get all the salt out of our system. I mean, every day we need to be working out at least 4 to 5 times a week, you know, sweating, make sure you get that extra salt out. If you're not working out, you know, you're not having fiber in your diet, you know, you're not going to the bathroom as you should. You ain't been to the bathroom in a week, 2 weeks. You ain't been to the bathroom. I'm talking about number 2. That is completely wrong. You're supposed to be going to the bathroom every day, but you're supposed to be having fiber in your diet. So we're not taking care of ourselves on top of that. And then a lot of times, you know, we hear stories of these same men talking about, oh, I was with this girl. She was a good girl, but I wanted to do this and that and the third. So let's just, as we go into 2024, it's not long. Let's make sure we're having these conversations and being in reality instead of just what sounds good and that sounds so great. But then when y'all click off of these videos and after you left your comment and you're going back to your real life, you by yourself. And no man or woman should be alone. Remember, God said it is not good for man to be alone. Man, who knows more? You don't know more than God, and I don't either, right? So develop your personality, fellas. Okay, you got the money. Great. I'm proud of you. Develop your personality. Because just because you got money doesn't